Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is The Geek Slays, and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast episode. I'm going to go with 126. I don't know what order I'm releasing these in. Today, we're here with the incredible artist, Miss One-Eyed Bandit. How you doing today?
Good, I'm good.
Oh, man. I gotta be honest, I've never just sat down and spoke with an artist before, so I'm going to try not to sound like a jackass. But if I do, call me out on it.
No, I think you'll do great. You'll do great. I have faith.
That's more than I have, so thank you.
Good, good.
So, I'm gonna start this the same way I've started most of these interview style podcasts with what made you decide to pursue art as more of I don't know, more of a career rather than just a hobby.
Yeah, well, I've always had like a pretty big interest in it. Like since I was a kid, obviously I was doing it and whatnot. But I think it was kind of around when I turned into a teenager. And at school they start kind of being like, "Oh, well, what are you gonna do for your career and whatnot?" I was kind of like, "Well, I don't know if I can end up doing like an office job or something super boring. And I really like art, and I'm kind of like." Getting more skill in this area, so I figured, this is what I want to go with. And what I'm doing for school actually is more graphic design based, so it's not just like art, it's more design, which is good because it's pretty like there's a lot of jobs and like industries you can go into with that. So yeah, that's kind of how I fell into that area, if you will.
Awesome. Hey,
Yeah.
graphic design's a smart choice in 2022. Everybody needs graphic work done now for some reason.
Yeah, I know. And a lot of people, when I tell them I'm in art school, they're like, "Oh, what are you going to do for work? Like, what are you going to do as a job?" And then I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm doing graphic design." And then they kind of understand more of like, it's more than just drawing pictures sometimes. It's like designing websites or logos or like
Right.
product design, right? So,
Yeah. Art is such a cool thing that I don't understand because I cannot create it. My
it's
hands
really
don't move like that. Like I can't make anything look the way I want it to. It's pretty funny.
very subjective and also like practice. That is
Valid.
my thing. I swear anyone can do it. Anyone can do it, but like you just need practice. That's it.
See, I want to agree with you,
Yeah.
except like in high school, I the way our credit system works, I had a bunch of high school credits done when I was in middle school, so I took like 3 art classes a year and like
Yeah.
actually did all the stuff I was supposed to do, like multiple sketches a week. Never. I still can't draw a
Really?
stick figure correctly. I don't know what it is. I
Okay,
don't have
that's
that
fair. That's fair.
artistic bone in me. That's why I make
Yeah.
videos.
I like to think of it like learning an instrument, if you know what I
Okay.
mean.
Yeah.
Like some people are like kind of better off to play guitar or whatever, right?
Valid.
But it also like practice helps you learn more. So I feel like it's kind of like that, you know?
That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I could see that.
Mhm.
Because you're probably right. I think everybody can, create art. I just think for some people it's a lot more difficult than maybe others would see it.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's totally fair. And like a lot goes into it too. So,
For sure. For sure. Oh, man. So, next thing that I think is important to ask is how did you stumble across FTI? Did FTI reach out to you? Did you reach out to Matt and the crew? Like, how did that go down?
so I think I remember hearing about it from like a mutual friend. And then I just like followed their account, right? And then I think they reached out to me. And I was like featured in one of the things. And then we ended up doing like our collab together. The first collab we did was the guy kind of like surfing on the logo.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know if
yeah.
you ever saw that one, but yeah, that was the first
Yeah.
collab we did together.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah. We've ended up doing a lot more since then, obviously.
That is true.
But
That is
That
true.
was the starter. Yeah.
So I haven't been part of FTI very long. I've heard about it in like February, but
Okay.
so I've seen some of your collabs with FTI, and then I have no clue how long I've been following you on Instagram because I
Yeah.
talk with Matthias, and he's like, "Hey, follow this person, they're great," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll check them out." So could have been in February when I followed you. It could have been last week. I have no idea. I don't pay attention to time. Time's relative.
Totally fair. Yeah. I think I started with them like it was really close to when they first started off. Like it was the
Okay.
summer of 2019,
Okay.
I
Okay.
think. Yeah. So we've been working together for a while for sure.
For sure. Hey,
Yeah.
somebody's got to
It's
create
crazy.
the amazing art for them. Somebody's got to do it.
It's yeah, and it's crazy how quickly like time passes. Right? So
For sure. For sure. Um, but I think, God, I really don't know the best questions to ask here that have anything to do with art. I'm trying real hard. Don't know if it's gonna
totally
work,
fair.
but hey.
Yeah.
So outside of art, what are your other hobbies, passions, things you enjoy doing?
Yeah. Well, right now I am obviously I really like anime and manga. You can probably tell through the art I do. But I've been like reading a couple of pretty cool manga. Like I'm reading Akira right now. I
Okay.
don't know if you've ever seen Akira.
I have not. I'm gonna be
Oh,
honest here. The only anime I've ever actually like sat down and watched in its entirety is Death Note.
okay,
Like
okay.
actual
Well,
Death Note, not the weird Netflix live action version. I did watch that and it was
yes,
awful, but
yeah, yeah. I've heard bad things about the live action, so I
it's
haven't
so
watched it.
bad. It's so bad.
Yeah.
The
Um,
yeah,
yeah. I don't know. Live action just doesn't translate.
not for anime, not at all.
No, no. But if you're looking for some good ones, Akira is really good. It's actually a movie.
Okay,
But it's like super, super cool. Um, yeah, I don't know. Right now I'm working, so I don't have like a ton of time to do other stuff.
yeah,
But I really have been getting into a couple of rhythm games too.
okay,
So like Friday Night Funkin', love it.
okay, okay.
There's like a
Interesting.
Chainsaw Man one too, which is like another manga, but it's like a rhythm game with the characters from the manga.
Okay,
So it's fun as well.
that's interesting.
Ah,
That is
mhm.
interesting. No, I don't think any anime can translate into live action. This is going to be a weird switch, but the head of Marvel, I believe, Kevin Feige, is in talks with Disney to create a Dragon Ball Z universe like Marvel. So like a bunch of live action movies with Kevin Feige running the show, and I don't know how well that'll translate.
Yeah, I had no idea about that. I haven't seen Dragon Ball, so like I don't really
Okay.
know,
Okay.
but it does not sound like I don't know. I guess like maybe they can make it work in the right way. I feel like if they make it not super close to the like
Right.
anime, if they like change some aspects, then maybe I don't know.
I mean, maybe it's just tough, but it's also one of those things I think, 20 years ago, we all might have said, I don't know if a comic book movie can ever be like a comic book can ever be accurately represented on a screen. And they've done a pretty decent job at that. So,
Yeah,
I don't know. It's interesting.
yeah, it's funny. I was looking at something recently that was talking about how like making comic books into movies have made the whole sort of realm a lot more socially acceptable, if you will.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like now it's more open to the public, and before it was like you're a nerd if you read these, you know.
I feel like we're definitely still nerds. I don't think that goes away. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's fair. No, that's
Well, I
fair.
mean, see, I refuse to go by a nerd. That's why geek is in my name. I refuse to be called a nerd. I don't know why,
Do you,
but
do you feel like there's a significant difference?
no, just
No.
no, no.
Okay.
I don't know if there's supposed to be a difference. I wonder what Google says.
I don't know.
Like, I don't know, because I'm sure there's something weird.
Yeah, I
Nerd
feel
and
like nerd is like smart. Geek is like into sci-fi.
I don't know. I always kind of thought it was the other way. A nerd is
Oh,
someone who's
okay.
passionate about learning, being smart, and academia. A geek is someone
Okay.
who is passionate about some particular area or subject, often obscure
Okay.
or difficult. So, all right. Shit, I might
Yeah.
technically be a nerd then, but that's fine. Fuck,
Okay.
I'm
Well,
talking about
it's fine. It's fine. It still works.
it. Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I guess, do you have any current projects lined up with FTI? Obviously, don't spoil things, but are you working on anything cool and big right now?
I am, but I don't know what I'm allowed to say. You know, like
I,
I don't know what I'm allowed to talk about. I am working on something for like the summer. There's a couple
okay,
things that they're coming out with for the summer that I'm kind of like helping them work on. So
okay.
yeah, I don't know how into detail I can
Right?
go.
And that's the other tough thing. I don't know exactly when this episode of the podcast is releasing. So it's like,
Yeah,
by then, maybe it's all out, but maybe it's not. I have no idea. Let's not
yeah,
get in trouble. That's the one thing. I love Matthias, but we talk about so much stuff. It's one of those, I don't remember what I'm allowed to say and not say anymore.
yeah. No, literally. I feel like the stuff I'm working on with them will be out in the end of July, I think. So if
Oh, I
this
think
goes
I know
out
what you're
later
working
than
on.
that, okay,
I
you
think I do.
might.
I think I do.
Okay.
It's not a
Are we allowed to
question
talk
for on
about
air or not. I don't
it?
know.
No,
I've been
I
struggling with
know.
that one. Am I allowed to talk about this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Matthias, text me back. Tell me if I'm allowed to talk about things.
Yeah. No, literally.
Oh man, it's yeah. That's something that just I I'm still getting used to is the weird keeping secrets thing. Because like you don't want to
Yeah.
spoil the fun shit you're doing, but like,
No,
uh,
but you want to talk about it, right?
right? Like 100%. It's like I'm doing cool stuff. What? But I can't tell people I'm doing cool stuff. It's one of
Yeah.
those. Like if I'm working on one of those projects for Matthias, it's like I end my stream and it's like, well, I gotta go work on some other things. So
Yeah.
bye. You get the what is it? I can't tell you. So
Yeah.
bye.
You'll find out later.
Right? You'll find out, and hopefully you don't hate it. But
Yeah.
what can
Yeah,
you
that's
do?
fair.
So
Something I'm working on though right now, actually, that I can tell you about, but it's like separate from FTI. But I'm working on a little campaign for my dad. He's actually in a folk festival,
okay,
so he has a booth. Like he's going to be a vendor there. So I'm working on like business cards, like the sign, everything for that, which is pretty fun. And it's all based around cigar box guitars. I don't know if you know anything
okay,
about that,
okay.
but that is what I'm doing. So I might
That's
be posting about that. I might not. I'm not sure. But keep your eyes out.
okay. That's actually really dope. He's gonna have the coolest setup at this place. It's gonna be hilarious. His gonna
I
be
hope so.
his is gonna be the coolest looking, without a doubt. I
Keep
don't.
putting it off though. I've been meaning to start working on it for so long, and I
That
keep being
sounds
like,
about right.
yeah, like I'll work on it tomorrow. I'll work on it later. I'll do it this weekend. And now I'm like, I need to start. I need to do it.
Wow, that is something with a lot of creative type people, no matter what your area is, like artists
Yeah.
or musical artists, streamers, movie makers, whatever. We all suffer from procrastination really bad.
Yeah. And sometimes I feel like guilty if I'm not making something,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah, I
I'm
really
like
do.
I'm laying in bed and I'm like, I should get up and do something. Like I should be making something.
Yep.
But then I just can't. I can't get out of bed. I can't do it.
Right? That happens all the time. I'll be sitting there like, I
Yeah.
really need to record or edit or do something. But my brain's just like, dude, why? You've
No.
done it for 18 hours today. Go to bed. It's like, no, I gotta go.
Oh my god. Sometimes it's nice though when you get like a full day in and you just like keep going. Like I'll get those
Yep.
days where I'm like productive from sun up to sundown, and then you're like, oh, I can keep going, but you're like, no, I need to go to bed. I think I'll die if I keep doing this.
It's one of the benefits and downfalls of having insomnia. You get to keep those days going for a lot longer than most people.
Yeah. Oh my god, I bet.
Very frustrating. But sometimes it's great when you're on a time crunch to get something done because, oh, I had 4 weeks to make this video and I waited until like 2 days before the deadline to start recording it. Sick.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've done that
But
before.
sometimes you come up with your best ideas like in the middle of the night.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So.
Or just the weirdest times, like walking through a parking lot. Something will click and you're like, oh, fuck, I need to write that down.
Yeah. Well, actually, like, was reading into this study they did where being bored, like boredom itself, actually helps you be more creative.
Really?
So I feel like it could like connect to that. Yeah, like, well, I know for me in general, I have ADHD, so like I'm bored often. But like from that, I get just like random creative ideas sometimes. So,
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't think boredom's weird because, like, I can be bored while doing things.
Oh yeah,
Like, I don't.
definitely.
It's like, how does this work? Like, we're actively doing stuff, and I'm just like, this is boring.
Yeah, it's just like not interesting. Yeah.
Not at all. Boredom's a weird thing, and then or like midstream playing video games, having conversations. It's like I'm bored. I don't know
No
what to do
way.
here.
Oh my god.
It's like, God damn it, this is bad.
Really?
Yeah, that has happened a few times. It's like, man, I'm bored. What the fuck do we do
Yeah,
now?
sometimes I get that when like I'm hanging out with my friends.
Yep.
Not that they're boring, but sometimes
Right.
I'm like, I need to go home.
Yeah.
I want to go home. It just hits you and you're like, I need to leave. I want to be like doing something else.
Right? Yeah. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
So you say your inspiration, like, your thoughts on cool things to do comes to you in the middle of the night. But when would you say is your favorite time of day to be working on stuff, creating, like the actual creation part?
Yeah, it's definitely the morning,
Okay.
which is so weird. Like, I don't know. I never really thought I was a morning person, but especially with school and stuff, I wake up and I'm only productive for like the first 5 hours of the day. And then after that, I'm just dead.
Valid.
So,
Valid.
yeah.
Valid. Yeah. I think for me, it's the middle of the night, but that's just, I don't know. Something about nighttime's always been my thing.
Well, it's very like kind of like peaceful, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
It's almost like the whole world. Well,
Yeah.
I live in the middle of nowhere, so in the middle of the night, it's just pitch black outside all the time. So you walk outside, and it is truly like the world is gone. Everything's just disappeared.
That's nice, though.
Sometimes. I mean, that part is
Yeah.
nice, being able to. I can go outside in the middle of the night and just start screaming, and no one would care because no one would know. But there's also it takes an hour to drive to a grocery store and then another hour home. Like, that's annoying.
Yeah, that is.
Can't DoorDash
And where I
myself.
am right now, like in the summer, it's so bright.
Yeah.
Like at like 10 at night, it's bright. It's so bright.
Yep.
I wish it was dark.
Valid. Darkness is great.
And how much do you have to pay for like skip the dishes or DoorDash? Is it expensive because you have to go all the way out there?
I don't get it.
You don't get it?
We don't have DoorDash. We don't have any of that. I have to legitimately go get in my truck and drive the 30 minutes to the nearest restaurant to go get food.
Oh, I didn't know. Like, I thought it would just be more expensive for delivery, maybe?
Well,
No,
it's
they
also
just don't
just
go out.
not a lot of people, so maybe nobody actually wants to drive for DoorDash. I have no idea.
That would make sense.
But as far as I know, yeah, DoorDash and Uber Eats, everything's unavailable. I've tried multiple times.
Weird.
You get a little
Okay.
hungry and it's like, ooh, I'd love to order some food. Tough.
Yeah. No.
I'm not getting up and
Oh, that
cooking.
sucks. I if I don't know what to make for food, this is so bad and I shouldn't do it because it's expensive to order like delivery, but I'll just order delivery.
Yep.
I'm just like, do I want to order delivery or do I want to not eat?
Right?
Because I don't know what to make.
That's why I end up having ramen most of the time.
Yeah.
That and just I don't know. Cooking takes a lot of time.
Yeah. Is that
Like
your go-to, like ramen?
I don't know. I don't know if I really have a go-to. My go-to normally is just hope somebody else cooks food. And if not, I guess I'm not eating today,
That's fair. That's fair.
which is not a healthy thing to do, but I never claimed to be, so it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Right? It's like,
Yeah.
food's overrated. It's fine. You only have to eat like once every 3 weeks. You'll be fine otherwise. You'll be good.
This is a disclaimer that everyone stay healthy. Eat food, please.
Nice. Good work. Good work. We needed that.
Yes,
We needed
yes,
that.
yeah.
I am not a healthcare professional. Do not take what this is not healthcare advice.
Do
Thank you.
not try this at home, kids.
It's rated M for mature. Do not try at home. Apparently, we're watching
Yeah.
South Park now. Sick.
God.
So I've been scrolling back through your Instagram currently, and what would you say, if anything, has caused you to change your art style over the years?
Okay, honestly, I have such an inconsistent style, and I think it's just because I really like a lot of different things.
Okay.
Um, and also, I mean, obviously, as you grow as an artist, your skill level changes, so that causes like a little bit of a shift.
Hmm.
But yeah, in general, like there's a lot of different styles I like and I get inspiration from. So I think that is kind of like where the difference comes from. I know at first it was very cartoony, like Adventure Time sort of inspired, like very simple. Like that style was great, but it was very simple and not a lot of skill had to go into it, essentially. But now I kind of am doing more semi-realistic sort of stuff, which I think is really fun and like I've learned a lot more about anatomy and figure drawing from school. So
Sure.
yeah, I think. Hmm.
All right. All right. So I had a question,
Yeah.
just totally disappeared. So
Okay.
we're doing real good here. I'm
Totally
really good
good.
at my job. Professional podcast host, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, so as you said, you're in graphic design now. But what is your favorite medium? Like, is it drawing, paint, web design stuff? What is it?
I think in general, I just like drawing. Like I love drawing in my sketchbook. That's like it's just so fun to me, and like it's always a great time. And I do enjoy digital like drawing and art too. Um, Sometimes I find that when I'm doing it though, it doesn't always translate how I want it to, which I think is just kind of me still trying to figure out that whole aspect and like the skills that are associated with it. I also really do like Illustrator for doing design work. Like Illustrator, I used to hate it. When I first started, I was like, it's Photoshop or nothing. I love Photoshop. And now after this past year, I love Illustrator. Like I can do whatever on Illustrator and it looks so good. It's great.
Yeah. What is Illustrator? Is that another product in the Adobe suite? Is it?
Yeah,
Ah,
yes.
gross.
So you have Photoshop, right? Like Photoshop is the basic
Yeah,
sort
yeah,
of.
yeah.
Yeah, Illustrator it uses like vectors. I believe it's vectors
Okay.
instead of pixels. So your art is like you can change the size
Okay.
and it won't pixelate or like distort or anything. And vectors, I think it's just like math.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So,
I don't know. I've had a problem with Adobe for so long. This is the weird tech nerd coming out of me. But
okay.
I, they changed their business model from being like whatever, you pay $300 for the software and you own it for life to this weird
Okay.
pay $400 a month and maybe you can use our services. Well, you're paying every month because we update it, but we only update it once every 4 years. So it's like it bugs me. And
Yeah. No, I've heard that a lot.
and maybe it's just cuz like for me, I don't use Adobe Premiere to video edit. I use Final Cut Pro, which is Apple specific. But like I paid for Final Cut Pro 7 years ago. It was $300 and I get it on every new Apple device I get for free and I don't have a recurring monthly payment for it. That's so much better.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, at this point, I've just accepted that I'm gonna have to pay for Adobe for the rest of my life. Like I've come to terms with it. I also get the student discount, I think.
Okay. Well, that'll go away
So,
soon.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's so dumb and I hate it.
yeah. No, there's a lot of alternative like software that you can use if you want to,
Yeah.
but like in school, the profs are so like strict. I don't know,
Yep.
they're kind of pretentious about how like you have to use these design softwares. And I guess it's because it's like an industry standard, so you have to know them. But yeah, it is kind of annoying because not everyone can access, right? So
Right, that's a lot of money. What is I think Photoshop's $30 a month
yeah,
for not with a student discount, just for me to go buy it. It was like $30 a month. I
yeah.
was like,
I
that's
have like
$360 a year. No.
I have the whole suite, so I have like
Oh.
Creative Cloud. Um,
Oh.
it used to be less expensive, but I think right now I'm paying like $50 a month or something.
Jeez.
I know.
And that's with your student discount. What does a regular person have to pay for that?
I don't know. I don't like. I have no idea.
Now I'm
But
trying to
it's
figure it
essentially
out.
like paying car insurance at this point.
Right?
Yeah.
Students and teachers. So, ooh, Creative Cloud, all apps for, well, this is if I sign up right now. If I signed up right now as a student, it would only cost me $20 a month for all of it. For probably like a month.
Yeah.
But apparently
I
it's
don't know.
$54.99 normally.
Yeah. Yeah. I like my student discount, I think only lasted a year.
Oof.
Like I don't know if I have to renew it or what, but I've heard some other students have been like having issues with it as well. I
Right.
don't know what that's about.
I don't know. Adobe is Adobe. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. Terrible company.
Yeah, I've heard that Canva is good.
I have also actually heard about Canva, which weird why I've heard about it, but I watch a lot of YouTube. It happens.
Yeah, no. There's been like ads about it too, so
Yeah.
that
I don't like quiet, so I have YouTube videos playing everywhere I'm going.
yeah.
But
Can I expose myself right now?
oh, sure.
I love watching Markiplier videos. Like it's like crack to me.
Markiplier's great. I
Oh,
love Mark.
he's so good. I love him. He's so
Oh,
good.
hold on.
This is Barbara's fault.
I just have Markiplier on my Go XLR.
Oh
That
my
and somewhere I
God.
have Jacksepticeye saying laugh.
Oh my
But I
god.
don't remember which button it is, and I don't want to just press random buttons. That's a lot of noises.
They have on there like this is so fascinating to me. I love seeing like streamer setups and stuff like that. It's so interesting to me. Like I don't understand how it works, but I love it.
So it's the same as me with art. It's interesting, but I have no clue what the fuck goes into it. I just look at it. Ooh, pretty.
Yeah, no, fair. That's so fair. I know. I'm like trying to think about the specifics. But yeah, like You know what's really interesting to kind of learn more about it, I think, and I've been posting a couple recently, is like the speed draws, where you kind of get to see the whole process but sped up a little bit.
Yeah.
You kind of get a better understanding of kind of the process of them creating the piece,
For
essentially.
sure. For sure.
Yeah.
That's always cool. That is always cool. I think it's interesting. I would just send you like a picture of my setup when it wasn't absolutely disgusting. But I'm also gonna change it out in like a month. So yeah, doing different stuff.
I love that. I want like a nice setup, but I literally just have like a drafting table and my laptop and a seasonal depression light.
Nice. Gotta have those.
And I have a mouse that I've had like forever.
That's awesome. That has to hurt your hand if you use it for too long, though. That's cramps, man.
I have a mouse pad with like one of the wrist support things. So it helps a little bit.
That's
but
valid.
yeah.
That's valid. No, like, I don't know. I couldn't do a mouse that is a weird shape like that.
What do you have?
So currently I have, what the hell is this? The Logitech G305, I've never actually played League of Legends, but it's the League of Legends edition because it looks cool. And then
Okay.
I used to use G502. I don't know how well you can see those, but
No, I can see, yeah.
and then since I just yelled at Adobe, we're gonna yell at Apple for a second. The Magic Mouse that comes with the iMac, that it looks like the stupidest thing in existence. Why is the charging port underneath the mouse? You cannot charge it and use the mouse.
No.
You have
Oh my
to set the mouse upside down and just wait.
No.
What is we doing, Apple? What is we doing?
Have you seen the ones that it's like a mouse, but your hand is like essentially sideways?
Vertical? Yeah,
Have you seen those?
yeah, those are weird.
I know. I'm wondering if they're nice though. Like, I feel like it would help with wrist pain, you know?
I don't know. I've never really experienced wrist pain from using a mouse.
Okay.
So I
Okay,
don't
that's fair.
I don't know if
I
it would make a
have.
difference. Do you I don't know, do you squeeze the shit out of it? Like, are you trying to break your mouse while you're holding it?
No, I think it's just because I have like wrist issues from drawing.
Ah,
So I think it's just like a continuation of that.
okay.
But yeah, I don't know. My mouse, I've never had a wireless mouse that has like been nice. I don't know. This is just my go-to mouse. It has never failed me.
So, for wireless mice, there's a lot of things that can cause issues with them, and very cheap wireless mice are always going to be awful.
Yeah.
Because they'll use like a weird version of Bluetooth to sync to your computer, which means there's always going to be this incredible delay. Logitech, though, has developed their connection from your mouse to your computer called Lightspeed that basically has it be synced up the same as if it was a wired mouse. There's actually less delay with this wireless mouse than there is with your wired one.
Wow.
Yeah, Logitech's killing it. I don't know what they did. This one was $50, I think. Actually, I'll double check that. Might have been.
I feel like I've looked at their mouses before because I think they had like kind of like a colorful line they put out recently. I can't remember. I think it was Logitech.
They have quite a few that are pretty colorful.
Yeah.
The one I've always liked for more like workstation-y type uses, so like less for gaming. Mine are obviously more. I game, so I need a mouse that's good for that. The MX Master is always great. It's $100. This specific one is somewhere $38 for a G305.
Okay.
Yep.
That's pretty good. Huh. Yeah, I'll
Not
definitely have to look into
but
that.
The one I want to buy is like $150, and I'm struggling because I can't afford that.
Yeah, that is a bit pricey.
But it's
I
hot
feel like
pink.
Oh, nice. Okay, I support it. I support it
I
completely.
support this terrible decision
Yeah.
making.
Yeah,
Yeah.
buy it right now.
I don't have the money for that.
Fair. I know this mouse though is always going to be like my emotional support. I love it. I just love it so much.
That's valid though. It's cool
Yeah.
looking. It just
Yeah, it's cute. Okay, it's cute. That's what
prolonged
matters.
usage would hurt my hand, okay? It
Yeah,
also looks really small.
it's okay. It's like I don't have huge hands.
Okay. It's not
I don't know.
it's
It's
not a
fine.
small the way
It's
you
the
held it up the one
feel.
time, it looked so tiny.
It's like I don't know.
But yeah, we, this podcast went off the rails and I don't know how we got here, but here we are.
Just us talking about our mouses for
Right?
yeah.
What other weird stuff do I have on my desk we can talk about? Water bottle?
Have you seen the like the keyboards, like the clicky
Oh, I would
fancy,
say like
like
this
the
one, but you're not
fancy
gonna be able to
keyboard?
hear it. But
Oh.
I can like that one.
Oh yeah.
Kinda.
I
It's
I
clicky.
think
I
they're
don't
so
know.
cool.
I don't know if you can actually hear that. My mic does a really good job of blocking out the background noise. Which it better. I spent like $1,000 on this audio setup. It better work.
Yeah. Jeez. Like, I wish equipment wasn't so expensive, you know?
Right?
I feel like I would have a lot more, like, setup if everything wasn't, like, $1,000.
Right? Yeah. 100%. I actually, speaking of that, I just did a video where I helped a friend of mine pick out, like, all of his PC parts and everything for his setup. And then we ordered it and I went and built his setup for him. It cost him almost $4,000 to go from nothing to everything. That was a computer, monitors, desks, everything. I'm still so pissed at myself about that video. I lost half the footage somehow. I don't know what happened. I was so pissed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, in the middle of building the computer in that video, I'm like, okay, something's not working. Give me just a second. And then suddenly the computer's built. Because I don't know. I don't know if I just didn't press record. The footage just disappeared into the ether. I have no idea. But it's just gone.
Damn. Oh,
like, that's
I'm
annoying.
so sorry. I feel your pain. Even though I don't like I don't film like things, so I don't really know, but
Right.
I feel your pain.
Yeah, it was.
I wanted one of those like it's a monitor, but it's like the long ones, you know?
Oh, the ultra wides. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's like vertical.
Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah, for sure.
I know, but I feel like they're probably really expensive.
I had an ultra wide from LG. I know the one I had was only like $125. I say only as if that's not a lot, but there are $8,000 monitors, so like in comparison. But
Yeah.
I mean, they can be super expensive, but they're not always. It just depends on how good of a monitor you want, I guess.
Yeah.
And when it
Do
comes,
you like your Apple
I
computer?
love
Like
my
your
Apple.
desktop?
I really do.
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
that. I also have an iPad Pro and a MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
But I enjoy it. It's awful for games. You can never play games on it. It is entirely
Yeah.
for work.
Yeah.
But I also, use Apple specific software to edit videos, so I can probably never go away from Apple even if I hated it.
Yeah.
But
I know. All I have right now is my MacBook Air from like 2017.
oh, like the original MacBook
Yeah.
Air. Like the metal bezel around the screen, right? Oh god.
It's not. It's like okay.
Oh no.
It runs fine, but I can't have too many programs open at the same time, or the fan just starts going like crazy. Yeah, and it will get a little bit like laggy.
That I think you just need more RAM, which isn't a
Okay.
super difficult upgrade, but if you have never messed with electronics, it would be scary. Because, breaking the thing open's always kind of freaky. I don't mean breaking it, unscrewing it,
Yeah, but
popping
like,
the thing
yeah.
off, but
I would probably get someone else to do it, someone
Valid.
who knew how to do it.
that's why my friend had me build his computer and his setup. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
He didn't. It's like, that's valid. And he was like, also, if you mess it up, you just buy me a new one. I was like, then I'm not going to mess it up. And then I kind of did, but it's fine.
Oh.
It wasn't my
It
fault.
still works.
Stupid ass
It still
companies.
works, right?
Yeah, the companies making things work only one way when it's the incorrect way will always annoy me.
Okay.
So, like, the cooler for his computer, the way it mounts, the tubes that run off of it that carry the water to cool the system aren't long enough for you to mount it correctly. So you want the tubes at the bottom of the radiator so that there's no air bubbles filling up at the tubes that'll get into the pump and cause it to fail. But you can't rotate the block that connects to the computer in the correct direction to make sure that the tubes are at the bottom. So now they're at the top, just collecting air bubbles. It'll fail in like 2 years instead of like 10. It's like, dude, there's nothing I can do. That's not my fault. It's a dumb company making stuff incorrectly. Why can't I flip this block? That's dumb.
What company is it? Expose them.
I don't want to because I really like the company other than this one product.
Okay, fair.
But it's EK Water Blocks. They're I don't remember what the name of the exact product is.
Yeah.
Because, computer products and being named like QZ 9482B. It's like, I don't know what that means. No one knows.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So,
honestly, while you're talking about that, oh my god, my dog. Can you hear that?
I think I heard it a little, but it's fine. Dogs are great.
Anyways, while you were talking about that, it's just like me trying so hard to understand what you're saying, but not getting.
And I was trying really hard to use like less
it was like
technical terms.
Generally okay.
But there are some things. It's like I don't know how to explain this differently than just like what it actually is. But yeah.
Yes. So this and this makes this happen.
Right? Like I don't know. Building computers is fun though.
Yeah.
It's also very stressful. But
it sounds like it. It's definitely something I'd be interested in getting into, but like, where do you start,
So some people, they just start by buying the components for or like going to a thrift store and buying a $20 computer, like an old ass computer, and you just take it apart and put it back together, and then you have like a base understanding. Or you do what I did and just watch like Linus Tech Tips and Jay's 2 Cents and all these different YouTubers build PCs. So that when you get the money, you're like, I can do that. Then you spend 5 hours trying to put it together, and then you scream when you try to turn it on and it doesn't work. And you realize it's because you're dumb. That's what happened to me.
Okay. Yeah. It's okay. Everyone makes mistakes.
That was a really dumb one. So I went to turn on my computer the first time, and you have your regular power button on your computer, but also there's on the actual power supply, like where power gets plugged into the wall and then through the power supply to the rest of the computer. There's a switch on that has to be turned on so you can turn on the computer. And it wasn't. And I spent like an hour freaking out because my computer wouldn't turn on and I just didn't have the switch on.
At least it wasn't like broken.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But making setups is fun. It's very expensive though.
Yeah.
Everything is just expensive. I think the cheapest.
Especially right now.
Oh my
God.
Yeah.
Inflation. Well, you're American, right?
Yeah.
Well, in Canada right now, inflation is like going nuts.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard about it, but yeah.
It's the same here. I don't know if it's as bad or worse, but it's nuts. Everything is so expensive right now.
I think generally things are a little bit cheaper in America.
That I wouldn't know. Never been to Canada.
Okay.
Also, haven't started talking to people from Canada except for in the last, since February. FTI, Matt, and those guys are the first Canadians I've met. So I don't really know what normal in Canada is like.
Okay. Would you ever come visit?
Oh, I would love to.
Yeah.
Shit, at this point, I might want to move to Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
This place is kind of crumbling around us.
No offense to Americans, love you, but I would not be caught dead there.
No, dude, it's awful right
Especially
now.
right now. No way.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
another
just
nice
come
thing.
to Canada. Come to Canada.
All right. I'm sold.
Yeah.
Anybody from
Except
Canada need a roommate? Because,
you have to figure out where to live because a couple places in Canada are like really expensive. And it's, of course, like the nice, trendy places
Well, of
that are
course.
like super expensive.
Well, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Vancouver is really expensive.
Oh my God. Yeah, that one I actually have heard about because Linus Tech Tips, they're in Vancouver, and yeah, they're talking. And it's like, yeah, this building, 10 years ago, we could have bought it for like $200,000. We just spent $10 million on it. It's like, oh my God.
Yep.
Dang, dude. All right, don't want to move there. Ugh. But it's almost like LA or just California in general.
Yeah, it's like the LA of Canada. Well, because they film a lot of stuff there too. Like that's where the most of our film industry is. So
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
The more you know.
Right? The more you know. Actually, I've thought about moving to Canada, but also Ireland is really high on my list.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
It would be. Ireland's dope, but I don't know how you make moving across the world work.
Yeah. Don't take a lot of stuff with you.
I have a lot of stuff, so that could be a problem.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
I'll just buy a little boat. Sail myself across there.
Oh my God, that'd be terrifying. I hate the ocean. I hate it.
The ocean's so cool, but I don't want to be out in the middle of it.
See those images of there's the deep sea sort of spooky images, I guess.
Yeah, the weird creatures that are just scary looking.
I hate it. I always get nightmares for some reason about boats sinking and being drowning in the ocean.
See, if I get nightmares that have anything to do with the ocean, I don't ever know how I got there. I'm just underwater.
Yeah.
Which it's that's not cool at all.
Alarming. Yeah.
That's why I will never take a cruise. Just can't.
Yeah, I'd be hesitant. Actually, I went on a sailing trip when I was in middle school. And it wasn't that bad. But we were on a sailboat in not crazy water. It was calm water.
Right.
So it wasn't too bad.
See, I don't know. Cruise ships just go across so much water.
They do.
It's kind of spooky. What happens here?
I feel like the only place I'd go on a cruise is somewhere that's really scenic. They have them in Europe and stuff like that, right? Yeah.
Okay, I could see that.
Then you're getting something out of it.
I think you're always getting something out of a cruise. I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're just on a cruise to Cuba or something, you're just in the middle of the ocean,
Well, I mean, no, because Cuba's not that far from Florida. I don't think it'd be really dumb to pay for a full cruise ship to go that far, because that's expensive.
I thought
people have swam that distance before.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
People fleeing
I
Cuba
had no
to Florida
idea.
have just swam it. Cuba.
Oh, okay.
Now I just want to know.
I thought there were Cuba cruises. Is that not a thing?
But it's.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's farther than I thought. But there are stories about people, maybe not specifically swimming it, but little dinghy life raft type stuff.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
where you do almost have to swim to make them go anywhere. But yeah, because people used to flee Cuba to get to Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
apparently, you guys use the metric system, so 3,400 kilometers.
I don't know what that means.
Oh.
I
Okay.
don't know how big that is.
Okay. You don't? Okay. Well,
I'm not good with measurements. So
fair enough. It's
like, how many minutes is it?
that I have no idea because
Okay.
it's I don't know how sea travel works.
Okay, yeah.
What do I look like, a sailor? I may curse like one, but I definitely don't look like one.
Does it look like I know physics to you?
Well, actually, that one I do.
Oh, really? Is it not physics? Like,
Maybe, but like, it's more of the I don't know how fast boats travel, so I don't know how far they can get. Like, it's the other factors. Maybe if I had all of the single factors, I could piece it together. But I don't.
Yeah.
The only factor I have is distance.
Okay.
So, no, I actually originally, before I decided to start creating content, was gonna go to school to become a theoretical physicist. That was my plan. And then I realized that like it'll take like 8 years of schooling to get my PhD, and at the schools I wanted to go to, it was going to cost me like $2 million to go to school. And
isn't school there also like super expensive?
Oh yeah, I just couldn't afford it. There was no shot. So
yeah.
I was like,
I'm so curious to see like what a semester would cost for an American student. Because for me, it's like a couple thousand. Like, it's not that much. Well, it's like a lot, but it's not like insane.
I wonder if I can find it. University of Wyoming, because that's the state I'm from. We'll see how much it costs to go to the biggest university in our state, which is small because like there's a we don't even have 1 million people in our state, which like we have I think the lowest population in the US, even though we're like we're in the top 10 in overall land.
Okay.
Inside the state.
Where is Wyoming?
Let me look at a map. I need a map.
Near? Yeah.
Like I can kind of describe it, but maybe not to somebody who's not from here.
Like I know where like Montana is.
Directly below Montana.
Okay.
Yeah.
That explains why we're in the same time zone.
Yeah. I was gonna say like directly north of us is some parts of Alberta, some parts of Saskatchewan.
I am from Alberta.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like the Texas of Canada.
Okay.
And it sucks. But,
Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
See, wait. Texas is tough. Because there's a lot of great things about Texas.
Okay, maybe
there's
it's like
also
the
a lot
Florida of Canada. I don't know. What's the worst one?
I think it depends on your point of view and what like we're viewing as the worst. Like,
okay, yeah, that's true.
Because like Texas does a lot of really stupid shit, but also they have like you don't have to pay state tax, and
it's just like the yeehaw of the U.S., right?
Gotcha.
It's like like they're like the yeehaw kind of conservative.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense. No, I don't want to apply. I just want to know what a semester costs. I'm not going.
I do. It's gonna be hard to find that information. They keep that stuff
actually
hidden.
not. If you are a Wyoming resident, it will cost you $18,000 per semester.
Oh my god!
If you are not a Wyoming resident, it'll cost you $33,000. I think that's per semester.
How do people pay for this?
Oh no, that's for a full year, so 2 semesters. But still
like crazy. For 2 semesters, it's like $8,000 for us.
That's nuts. And this is considered a cheaper, smaller school.
Crazy.
Let me
Oh
find.
my god.
Now I'm curious. What does Harvard cost? I wonder if I can even find out.
You have to have rich parents to go there, or else you'll be in debt for the rest of your life.
That's just college in this country. My
The
brother.
Americans listening, come to Canada for college.
There's actually a college in Ireland that lets Americans go for free.
Wow.
Yeah. But no. Oh God, that one. Harvard tuition cost. I think. Sorry, my brain just broke for a second. But no. Oh, my brother-in-law went to school. He's a therapist, and he is still paying off his student loans, and he is like 47, and he almost still has to pay as much as when he started.
Oh my god.
Because the other super messed up thing in the US is like the things they can do with your loan that you can't fight. So they can sell your loan to a different loan holder, and that loan holder can just decide that everything you already paid doesn't matter anymore. You have to restart.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's
That's
fucked
crazy.
up.
Oh yeah, we have like regulations on that stuff.
Oh my god.
Like our loans are like either like provincial or like through the entire like federal, I think.
Okay.
So it's like the government, like it's a government loan, right? And they can't do like I don't think they can sell it or do anything like that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
for Harvard, tuition for a full year, so 2 semesters, just tuition is $54,768.
My God.
But then there are so many other fees that they have listed here. Like, oh, you're going to stay on campus and eat and all that for food or rent, utilities, and food. That'll be another $24,251. Like, that's where I got to the couple $1,000,000 for me to go to school. It's because I would have to move to somewhere else. And let's be honest, I'm going for my PhD. I'm not going to have a job on the side. That's not possible.
No, I would just not go to school.
And that's why we're here creating content. That's how that
choice,
broke down.
Definitely the better choice.
Right?
And just move to Ireland. It's fine. You can, if you want a degree, go to Ireland.
Right.
Or Canada.
Or anywhere that's not here.
Yeah. There's a lot of places in Europe where you can go to school for free.
Yeah. Study abroad. It'll be fine. Learn something about other cultures. Stuff, do some cool stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So do you have a I'm totally changing back to subject. We're going full circle here. Yeah. Do you have like a dream project? Like, is there something specifically that you'd love to do or be able to be a part of?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would love to do like a graphic novel or something. I don't have story ideas, and like I don't know how to write stories really. So it's really hard for me to come up with that of it. But if I could work with someone who had like a great idea for a graphic novel and I was like totally on board, super loved it, I think that would be so fun. Yeah, even doing like video game like character design is so fun, and I'm really getting into the sort of like video game-ish sort of design stuff, so I think that would be really cool as well.
Okay, that is interesting.
I've
never tried to write a graphic novel. I've wrote books before, but yeah, I used to really enjoy writing and reading. Haven't done either of those things in a long time, but I don't think I've never seen anyone try to write a graphic novel.
Well, you're essentially like coming up with a story, right?
Yeah.
And then the graphic novel, like you work with the illustrator to like conceptualize it
for sure.
physically, and then the writer would be in charge of like the storyline, the dialogue, character arc, whatever, right? So
I feel like I'd be as bad at dialogue as George Lucas was.
I don't know who that is.
Created Star Wars.
Okay.
You heard the dialogue in those
Oh
movies?
my god, I'm literally gonna get shit on for not knowing who the creator of Star Wars
I'll cut it out.
is.
Actually, no, I won't. That's a lot of work. No, but like,
I'm not sorry about it.
no,
It's not that I hate Star Wars. I think it's great. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't care enough to know all the weird names of weird people.
Yeah.
But no, like, the dialogue in those movies is so bad. Unless it was one of the movies that wasn't written by him. He just told them what the story was. You guys write the dialogue. Because when he writes the dialogue, you get the weird, like, Anakin Skywalker talking about sand. I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating. And it gets everywhere. Not like here. It's like, what the fuck does that mean? Why are we talking about sand? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's awful. That's terrible writing. I love Star Wars, but that's awful.
Yeah, no, Star Wars is like super cool. And again, like with character design, I think it would be so fun to like design a Star Wars character or something. Like that'd be so fun.
So design like a whole new species for a character or just draw up a character?
Either. I think it would be fun to do either. Like both would be great.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't played around a lot with like making different species and stuff, but I know there are a couple of classes like at my school that kind of goes into that. So it's always interesting.
Okay. That is interesting.
Yeah.
That is interesting. So
yeah, you definitely have to think about like, I don't know, I think what helps is thinking about like where they're from, what are they doing, sort of a thing, how are they living, the climate, stuff like that, right? Because it obviously determines like what something looks like.
For sure. And it's also the weird thing about humans, all of us, is we base our idea off of what something on a different planet would look like based off of the evolution we understand on Earth, which is always very interesting.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if everywhere would evolve the same. Would aliens be bipedal? Would they walk on 2 legs or would they walk on like 12? I don't know.
I think it would just depend on their environment, really. I mean, I'm not a scientist, don't get me wrong. Have you ever seen, there's this like science fiction thing about all these different ways that humans were like displaced in the universe, and then they sort of like evolved into different species. Have you seen that?
No,
I don't remember what
not.
It's called. But like essentially depending on their environment and like the gravity of the planet and stuff, like they would evolve into like different sort of things. Yeah.
Actually, speaking of something kind of close to that, there is a theory. It's not a well-backed theory. No one believes it, but it's fun. That Earth is actually more like to whatever our species is out in the galaxy. Earth is like what Australia was to us. So, like, you send your prisoners there. So, that's why we don't make sense here. Like, we literally get killed by the sun. That doesn't make sense. If you evolved on this planet and are from this planet, why would the sun affect you?
What?
Like, humans specifically breathe oxygen, but our planet has, like, our atmosphere is like 18% oxygen. That doesn't add up.
I think that's just climate change.
No, it's always been a lower number. It used to be like 25%. But even then, that's like, we primarily breathe oxygen, but only, 3/4 of our atmosphere isn't oxygen.
Like okay, I'm not following.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. It's a weird
Like, are you
theory.
talking
It's
about,
kind of
like,
cool.
with the sun, like, skin cancer?
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. Things like that, I try to think about, like, you know, prehistoric humans or whatever.
Sure.
Like, people did not live that long.
No, we're not
Like, right?
supposed to.
So we're not exactly. Like, I think a lot of the issues we see now is just due to, like, I don't know, like, technological advances, and like we're not supposed to live this long and stuff like that.
No, we really aren't supposed to live that long. I stand by the fact humans aren't supposed to live past 50. Everything starts breaking down.
Yeah, like, it's not like I want to die earlier. Like, no, but
I mean, kinda. I don't know. I never want
yeah.
to get to the point where I can't do things. I can't remember who I am. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
I'd rather, go out a little younger than go out not knowing what is going on,
Well, it's so weird too, especially with like the future of our societies and like our Earth and stuff like that. You don't know what is in store,
Right?
and it's not looking good.
No, it is not.
So, yeah.
Don't worry, we'll just get into nuclear warfare. All it takes is 3 nukes to kill everyone on the planet, so.
There we go.
Probably need to be strategically placed, but they would create enough of a nuclear fallout to plunge the Earth into a nuclear winter, and everyone would just freeze to death.
Perfect.
Or starve because there's no longer a sun providing, nutrients to plants, so we can't eat plants. And then other animals can't eat plants, so there are no other animals to eat. So, boom, you die.
You. And then the rich people, they go to space.
Probably not, because I don't think that would do them any good.
Actually, where would they get food? Well,
Right.
Can't you grow food?
Maybe, but are they gonna go to, where's that vault? Switzerland? Where the vault is with like a seed for every plant?
Oh.
Like, yeah, we have stores saved in case like the world ever does end. We do have the ability to restart technically. What is that?
That's
What is
yeah,
that?
I didn't even know about that. That's really interesting.
Let me see if I can find out what it's called. Okay, I found out what it's called. Can't pronounce that. That's a Norwegian word I don't know how to say.
What is it?
Yeah. It's a secure backup facility for the world's crop diversity. It's on the Norwegian island of Spitsbergen.
Wow.
Yeah, the seed vault provides long-term storage of duplicates of seeds conserved in gene banks around the world. So, yeah. And it's like built into a mountain, is supposed to be able to withstand like crazy stuff happening. Like, should be good. Too bad,
I mean,
the guy with the
who's
key
gonna be there
died.
to find it?
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, too bad the guy with the
Yeah.
key died. We can't get in there.
Yeah. Kind of useless unless there is aliens, That's like the only case where that would be a useful thing.
I don't know. But also, it's one of those things, who would find it?
Yeah.
Like, because if we got plunged into some sort of apocalypse, nuclear, a volcanic apocalypse, because like Yellowstone, the super volcano in Wyoming, erupts, if it erupts, it would plunge the world into a volcanic winter for years. Like, if that wiped out most of humanity, most people don't know the seed vault exists. And even if they do, without a GPS, you're going to be able to figure out how to get to whatever that town name was? No.
Yeah. Like, how hard is it to access this thing, right?
It's got to be pretty difficult because you don't want anything weird getting in with the seed vault.
If it's that secure?
Yeah, like, what are you going to do? It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's so weird. World's a weird place when you start thinking about it for too long.
Definitely, definitely. That's interesting though. Like you learn something new.
I know a lot of weird stuff that does not matter in the slightest.
Yeah, no, I feel like same. Like I know a bunch of weird kind of niche
Yeah.
things, and then when it comes to other things, though, I'm like, what is this? Like, what? I have
Right.
no idea.
Right? Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that a ton. It's also weird because, like, you're sitting there and it's like, I know a lot about this particular subject. And then, like, when somebody doesn't know it, you kind of sit there like, how do you not know this? Like, it's like, but because not everybody learns the same things, not everybody
Yeah.
cares. I don't know.
I kind of feel that way about like anime stuff because I know a lot about it, and then when people don't, I'm just like, all right, I guess I won't talk about it.
Right? Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. But yeah, it's a weird world we live in. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where we go from here.
Yeah. Do you think it like I don't know? Do you think there are like aliens and stuff?
Oh, there have to be.
Well, yeah,
Mathematically, it doesn't make sense. If the universe is infinite the way we believe it is, mathematically, the odds of there not being other life somewhere are so low they're almost impossible. But
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
aliens ever been here? I doubt it.
Yeah. Okay, aliens freak me out for
Really?
some reason. Yeah. So I don't like thinking that they are like, here, but I do think there is like life in the universe,
There has to
definitely.
be.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it would be scarier if there wasn't.
Okay, yeah, that would be pretty crazy to think we're the only ones out there.
Trying to remember who it was. It might have been Neil deGrasse Tyson I was listening to. He was talking about aliens and just everything, and he was like, the different stages of a society, right? And like trying to figure out the odds of aliens ever finding us or us ever finding them. It's like I think it's supposed to be like a 0 to 3 scale of what societies are. So, like, in terms of the cosmos. So, a 0 is, I think we technically advanced to a 1, but we're really not. A 0 is they cannot leave their own planet. A
Right.
1 is you can leave your own planet, but can't even go interplanetary. You can go, like, to your own moons. A 2 is
Yeah.
interplanetary. A 3 is intergalactic. I guess it's 4, because a 4 is universal. You could travel the universe.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like humans, as far as we can tell, most life forms aren't going to live for millions of years. You're going to live for maybe a couple 100,000, maybe, depending
Yeah.
on environmental factors and that kind of thing. Humans have been around for, 20,000 years, and we've barely been able to make it to the moon.
Yeah.
So, like, looking at our own struggles, how possible is it that there are other societies, other groups in the universe who've progressed farther?
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
No, that's interesting. Yeah. How many more thousands of years do you think humans have left?
None.
None.
I don't think we make it another 1,000.
Do you think then 100? Like where do you think we would make it to?
So it's tough because
There
humans are
has to be
dumb.
like some sort of scientific report on this or something,
Well,
like
I
a
mean,
forecast.
it's the doomsday clock, and
Oh,
that's what that would be. And I mean,
great. This was I forgot about.
according to the doomsday clock, it is 11:59:55. We have 5 seconds left.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Five.
the way the doomsday clock goes, so like basically, let me find the full thing here so I can explain this a little better before I then
Please.
try to break your brain.
Yeah.
So yeah, how does the doomsday clock work? I'm really confused because I don't
I
know how
know
to
that there are
describe
like
it.
environmental factors that go into it.
Environmental, human
Oh.
style.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the lowest right now that it's like ever been. Or it was like super low during like the Cold War or something too. Yeah.
So, the Doomsday Clock is a metaphor, a logo, a brand. What the fuck is this description? This is so dumb. Hold on. Okay. So, yeah, I guess it's just supposed to kind of show, like, if we were using a clock as our weird determining factor of, at what point humans would cease to exist. Currently, we are the last time the hands on the clock had been moved was in 2020, and it was 100 seconds to midnight. Basically, if the Doomsday Clock were to hit midnight, it would be the end of humanity. We would all die.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
So
okay,
it's like we've got seconds, like not minutes, seconds.
Right. Okay.
But no, the more fun thing that I like to use to break people's brains, if we look at the time that the universe has existed, right? And we use like a calendar year to talk about it. And so, the first day of the year, January 1st, was the day of the Big Bang, if that's the theory you want to believe, whatever. Right? The day of the Big Bang is January 1st. Today would be December 31st of that year.
Right.
That's how old the universe is. Like, there's hours
Yeah.
left of this year, which is very interesting. And humans have only been around since, like, December 28th. Got a whole 3 days in the span of the universe, technically. We are a young species. That's the other thing you have to think of when it comes to aliens is either they are a much older species and they are very far advanced, or they're a younger species and haven't even figured out how to travel their own planet, let alone a solar system, a galaxy, a universe.
Yeah, I feel like it's more like that sort of case for the most part.
Probably. I think that's probably accurate.
Mhm.
Because, I don't know, the weird ideas about aliens don't make sense to me. I don't think they're here. I don't think they helped us build the pyramids. I do think...
Yeah, I don't know. They freak me out, though.
Aliens or the pyramids?
Aliens.
Oh.
No, actually, it's the pyramids. I'm, like, so scared.
Hey, bro, it could be. I've known people with weirder fears than that.
Yeah. Okay, but you know that episode of Doctor Who where he's in the room with the aliens, but he like looks at them and then he immediately forgets. So he has to like re-look at it, and then he remembers, and then he forgets it.
Kinda, yeah.
I don't know. This is like really specific, but that was so scary for me. Like, I hate the idea of seeing something like terrifying, and obviously you're shocked and horrified and like super scared, but then you forget.
Right.
And you like don't know it's there, but there's this like horrible, scary, like terrifying thing there, but you don't know it because you forgot. I don't know.
Right.
That's just like so creepy to me.
Did you ever see the movie Signs?
I don't think
It was
so.
like Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. It was an aliens movie. Like aliens came to Earth. It was came out when I was very young. I was like 4 years old, and it was my favorite movie, which it definitely shouldn't have been, because it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. But hey, you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Those
I'm
aliens
not allowed to
were
watch
weird.
scary movies.
But yeah, aliens. The idea is cool, but I don't think we'll ever meet them.
I don't want to.
They could be awesome. I stand by. If aliens could figure out how to get to Earth, I want to like sit down and have dinner with them and pick their brains. Because it would be so interesting. If you could travel here, how much knowledge of the universe do they hold?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I guess.
But also, what if aliens are anything like humans? They'll just show up and murder us all.
Yeah. There's this like show on Netflix. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like a newer one. And they have this thing where like an alien species came to Earth and like essentially like wiped out like humans, but like kept some enslaved.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't remember what it's called, but I know it's like a newer one. But I think that theory is also pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Weird times.
Yeah.
Let's meet some aliens. Come on down. I'll have a conversation. We'll have you on an episode of the podcast.
It's turned into this podcast has turned into computerware aliens.
There's a reason it's called the Scuffed As Podcast. It's always scuffed. There's no plans. I plan it out, especially if it's a new guest that I've never talked to. Gotta plan some questions, but normally like a little ways in, it just devolves and you just have a conversation. So there's almost no point. It's like I need to get the couple questions, you know, why do you do what you do, FTI, and then I'm sure after that it's going to devolve. And we're going to talk about whatever pops into our brains.
Hey, do you have a Minecraft chair?
Yes.
Oh my god, I love it. Oh, was it expensive? I feel like it's so nice.
Oh god, too far. Yes, it was expensive. Yeah. Well, you see, I'm a bigger dude. I got to buy the larger size chair because if I'm going to spend that much money on a chair, I don't want it to break. But I also am affiliated with Secret Labs, so had to get a new Secret Lab chair. Yeah. Secret Labs is awesome. They're so great.
That's so cool. I'm going to look into like their stuff.
Their chairs are really dope. I've loved them. My old one, which is still sitting in here, the only reason I got rid of it got a new one. The armrests didn't come off like this on the old one. They do now, so you can replace them. But like the weird leather on here, the way I like lean on my chair when I'm playing video games on the arms, it like split, and I am me and couldn't stop myself from picking at it, so I ripped like all the leather off of it. So I bought a new chair because I'm a jackass. But it's fine.
I'm exactly the same way. Like if something's ripping, I just have to.
Yeah.
I can't stop myself.
Right? 100%. Yeah.
It's so satisfying.
The smaller sized chair of this exact one is $614 right now.
Okay.
So they are pricey, but
yeah. Is it worth it though?
See, it depends. I think if you don't sit at a desk very often, it would be kind of a waste of money. I'm at my desk for like 12 to 18 hours a day though. Like I need a good chair. So for me, it's absolutely worth it.
Can I show you the chair I have?
Oh, no.
This is so bad. This is literally so bad. And it hurts.
Oh, no.
It hurts. And I need to get a new chair so bad, but I just like, they're so expensive. And I haven't found one that like I am set on, right? But this chair it's so bad.
I'm going to have to drive to Canada, bring you my old chair. Here, take this one.
Yeah, and sitting on this for like 8 hours.
No.
It is pain. It's just painful.
I bet. No,
I don't even know where this is from, but like, don't get this chair. If anyone is interested, do not get a hard plastic office chair.
Yeah, no, that's a terrible idea. I'm sorry, that was a bad idea.
I don't even think I bought this chair, honestly. I used to have like a kind of decent chair, but the like top part of it was broken, so it would like move every time I moved. And then I think we just had this one in my house, so I was like, okay, well, new chair.
Fair enough. So the other reason I went with a Secret Labs chair that was so expensive, I had bought like 5 other chairs on Amazon that were like, $100 office chairs.
Yeah.
And like they'd be plywood and like aluminum. And where the plywood base of the actual seat of the chair was plywood with like foam and stuff on top of it. But where it's screwed in, because it's plywood and you didn't like put a nut on the other side of the screw to like hold it there, it would just rip the screw out of the plywood. So I was buying $100 chair every 6 months So I was like, fuck this. I'm going to just buy an expensive chair.
Yeah, I've been looking into those ones on Amazon, but like some of the reviews, even
Yeah.
on the good ones, the reviews are like, yeah, this lasted me like a couple of months.
Yeah, I think some of it is like, I'm a big guy. I probably should be buying chairs meant for a bigger person. So that was probably part of it. Not gonna lie. I'm sure a normal sized human could make a regular chair work, but yeah. So the current Secret Labs chairs are rated, at least on their website, 4.9 out of 5 stars, with over 35,000 reviews.
Okay.
There are a total of 18 1-stars and 12 2-star reviews.
How did this slowly turn into a Secret Lab
Secret
promo?
Labs ad? Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll happen. It kind of devolves to that anytime somebody talks about the chair, because I brag about the company for some reason. I don't work there.
No,
I don't even technically work for them. Like, I just tell people, hey, if you buy a chair, use the link on my Twitch stream, because I get money out of it that way. So that's all it is. I don't have a discount code. I'm not big enough yet.
I was going to ask if you had one.
If I get one, I'll let you know. Code Geek.
Please,
it needs to happen. Needs to happen.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Like, did they have a set amount of like followers you have to have to get something like that?
It's more of a how many people use your link to buy chairs and like how you are within the affiliate program. And I actually don't even know if Secret Labs does affiliate marketing or like partnerships where they have like discount codes. They might, but I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just knew at the time I applied, I definitely wasn't able to get that far. I was lucky to have gotten in their affiliate program. I think they only accepted me because I actually owned a Secret Labs chair. They were like, sure, here you go.
Oh,
like, sick.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah, you got it.
Every time people talk about buying a chair, it's like, well, you should check out Secret Labs. And they yell at me because I'm a shill. It's fine.
God.
It's fine. Doesn't make me sad at all.
The whole like YouTube aspect brings in that sort of other like, or I guess streaming too, like brings in the partnership sort of aspect. Yeah.
But they're also really tough in the last. So partnerships are tough because like I worked. Am I gonna call them out again? I'm gonna. I worked with a brand called Killer Jerky. I was partnered with them, and they made really good jerky. Like, it was actually a good product.
Yeah.
Turns out their customer service was just ass. And they didn't, not only did they not respond to, like, paying customers, they wouldn't respond to me when I had questions. Like, at all. And then Eero was also partnered with them. He's not anymore. But we found out they had us using different sites for tracking like the sales with our discount codes and getting paid for it. And then I was like, that's weird. It shouldn't be different. I went and logged on to mine. They shut down their partnership with the company I was using that they told me to use to get paid through. So I never got paid by them for anything. I never... And like, when I was trying to figure out what was wrong and what I needed to do, they would not respond at all. Like, I emailed them 10 times. I DM'd them on Twitter. I tweeted at them.
Yeah.
And then I finally just emailed them and I was like, no, cancel my code. This is fucking stupid. You're a terrible company. They responded in 5 minutes and said, okay, it's done.
Oh my God. What the heck?
And then they also have a thing where they sell the world's spiciest jerky. And if you buy it and you do the challenge or whatever and record it and post it, they'll send you a free bag of jerky and put you on the Wall of Flame thing and share your post about it.
Yeah.
My father wanted to try it, so we did it on stream. I posted the video, all that stuff. He didn't get anything that he was supposed to get for completing their challenge.
Oh.
So they're just straight up lying to people.
So that's so scummy.
But it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, they're a shitty company, but also it makes me look bad now because I was promoting you.
I know, yeah, that must be like really hard to, I guess, figure out which companies. Like, you'd probably have to do a lot of research and maybe ask around or
Yeah.
something.
More than whatever I did for Killer Jerky, because that was a problem.
Yeah. Damn.
So
Well, expose them.
yeah, I do all the time.
Yeah.
Anytime this gets brought up, I bring up Killer Jerky. Anytime I see any of my friends talking about Killer Jerky, I try to tell them, like, no, don't try to work with them. That's a mistake.
Boycott Killer Jerky, everyone. This is now a Killer Jerky hate.
All sorts of Killer Jerky hate. It's also funny. I hope one day they try to give me a cease and desist because, you know, defamation. I hope they do. Because I'll just show the actual receipts of everything I've said and be like, it's not defamation when it's truth, you dummy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's true.
Like, tough. There was also a website called Swift Grips. Eero worked with them and not me. They made things like this. They go on your joysticks on your controller to make them different sizes and allow your hand to fit on your controller better and whatever. Eero worked with them, and he had to back out of that too because they're a shitty company also. They blocked him on Twitter when he was trying to call him out for the fact that he ordered a t-shirt like 6 months ago and still hadn't got it. And they blocked him on Twitter when he was trying to call him out for it and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, I know that like influencer marketing is a huge aspect of company marketing now.
yeah.
Like I've had to do a lot of research for class and stuff, and like most of like our generation takes either friend recommendations or like influencer recommendations as their highest sort of like I don't know, suggestion, I guess.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, that's what I do. If I want to buy something, I normally ask all of my friends and then see what.
Yeah, same. Like, I go straight to reviews. I usually don't buy something if it's like a big purchase, or even like, I don't know, makeup or like skincare stuff if I don't know it's like heavily reviewed and has good reviews.
Yeah, I normally try, like, if I'm buying something tech, I look up Linus Tech Tips, Marquez Brownlee, those huge names in the industry, and it's like, have they talked about this? Yes.
Yeah.
What did they say? Cool. Okay. So now I'm going to go look at one and see if I even like it. But I always go to them first, normally, except when it comes to phones, because everything else I own is Apple, so I'm buying an iPhone. I know what that answer is, so it's fine.
Yeah. No, I'm also an Apple user. Like, obviously, I have the laptop, I have the iPad and the phone. And at this point, I don't think I can switch. Like, all my stuff is on there. It's so convenient. I know it all. Well, and I know that there's better, like, stuff out there.
Yep.
There's, like, way better stuff out there. But I'm stuck.
Well, for phones, it's a lot closer than people think. The real big difference is software. Because, like, performance-wise, they're all close. And price-wise, they're all close. I hate that argument. I get into that argument often. Well, your iPhone was so expensive. It's like, dude, your Galaxy S22 Ultra was more expensive. What are you on?
Yeah.
Like, I get hating Apple. There's a lot of things I call Apple out about. Like, Apple does a lot of really scummy things. But let's not make stuff up, please. Like, we can call them out for the actual terrible shit they do. We don't have to just make things up.
Yeah. Have you seen the little like flip phones?
Oh my god,
it's like
I want one so bad.
So cute. They're so cute. But I used to work at like in the mall, and I had this guy come in one time, and he had one, and I was like, oh my god, like I love it. But then he was like, yeah, I dropped it one time, and now half the screen doesn't work.
Oh.
I don't know how good they are. Like, I'm kind of afraid of them, but they are so cute.
I wouldn't want to own one as my main phone. Like, I actually want the Galaxy Fold that, like, folds open into almost a tablet-sized thing.
Yeah.
I want that one, but it could never be, like, the only phone I had. That's why I don't own one, because I can't afford a second phone line. If I could have two phone lines, I would.
Switch your chip.
See, I've thought about that, but I almost just want 2 phone lines so I have like one phone number I can just give out to like people for like
Yeah.
this type of stuff, and one phone number that's like for friends and family.
Like a phone and a personal phone.
Right. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And at that point I'd probably own something not Apple because I'd be able to, because it's a whole separate thing. But,
yeah.
And also just as a video creator, like TikTok works so much better on an iPhone than it ever will on an Android. Like,
what's that about?
So it is entirely because there are too many different types of Android phone. Like, the software has to work with 150,000 different phones, whereas for Apple, there's a total of like 5. They get to specifically tailor it to iPhone, where they can't for every version of Android phone. That's why. That's why apps work better on iPhone.
Yeah. Do you have like a TikTok platform too?
I do.
Okay. How do you find how do you find TikTok? Like, do you like it as a creator?
TikTok is annoying.
Yeah.
Their algorithm makes no sense at all. Like, currently I have 6,600 followers. And my most recent video has 77 views.
Yeah.
Like, not even 1% of...
No, I know.
Like, why are my followers not seeing my videos?
No one watches who they follow. They just watch their For You page, right? So
I don't know. I only watch my following page mostly. Until I watch every video, and then I go check out the For You page.
Oh, I don't touch my like following page.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just strictly like a For You page. So I think that's why it's so inconsistent for the most part. At least in my experience. Like it's always the stupid random videos that I post that I put like no effort into, that are like 2 seconds long, that get like a lot of views. And then the ones I actually work on get like 200 views.
Yeah, that's exactly how it goes. And
so annoying.
My TikTok fell off, I guess, because I stopped doing the stupid videos I was doing that I think most people followed me for, but they were annoying, and I made the same video 10 times a day for 4 years. I couldn't do it anymore. So I accepted the fact that my TikTok's not going to get views anymore, but I don't care. This is too much for me.
Yeah. It's definitely hard too, and like I've recently learned that TikTok prefers shorter videos.
Yeah.
So like with the algorithm or whatever.
Yep.
I think it's under 10 seconds, which is crazy because like, sometimes you just gotta get more than 10 seconds out there, right?
Right.
Not every video can be 10 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's the weird, like, squirrel-sized brains. The ADHD of everyone on TikTok is nuts. Such a low attention span.
Yeah, as someone with ADHD, I can confirm.
Same. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm the person who ends up watching the same video like 12 times because I wasn't paying enough attention. So I like missed whatever the actual point was, so I just keep rewatching it, but I keep zoning out at the same moment every time.
No, I'm the type of person who like watches 3 seconds and then I'm like, next.
That's valid.
Yeah. Sometimes
see.
people just take too long. And it's like I need to, what's your point? I need to know.
That's valid. That's valid. So wait, you have a God damn it. Now I gotta go find you on TikTok.
It's like not interesting. I don't know. I kind of like TikTok because I feel like it's a lot more free than Instagram, because a lot of people from like my high school follow me on Instagram, which I kind of hate because in high school I was a lot different than I am now. So I feel like TikTok is just a lot more free. Like, I can be who I actually am instead of having to like be professional on Instagram, you know?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I am now following you on TikTok. I discovered you.
Yes.
But
I will follow you.
wait, don't do that, because then you'll actually never see my videos. No. Oh,
No, I'm
funny.
pretty sure like it like forces. There's like the new friends thing
Oh yeah,
on TikTok. So yeah, it'll like show up there.
for sure. Well, I would love to keep the conversation going because it seems like we could, but
Yes.
I have to go.
That
I
is
am out
fair,
of
that
time.
is- That's
So
all good.
thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything else you want to say to the people?
Follow me on Instagram at Oneeyedbanddit, and TikTok is the same. And there's 2Ds in Bandit. So it's a little confusing, but yeah. And my commissions are generally fairly open. If you want anything, just message me. We can try to figure something out. So yeah.
I've actually been talking to Matthias about doing that. I just don't have any ideas.
Okay. Well, we can talk about it if
For
you
sure.
need help.
For sure.
And thank you for having me on. This was great.
Oh, it was a blast. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day, your busy schedule to come on. This was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, go follow her everywhere. And I think that'll do it for us. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.